Hello everybody, this is Carrots. Welcome to episode 9 of the Isla Paradiso bunch. In this episode, Judy toadifies a sim. Hayley meets Salty, the evil mermaid. Hayley discovers a new island. Hayley meets Triton King and bumps into Mia Azul while she's diving. And we see the Sims at home. We open with Judy, who has just been abducted and then decided that she'd play catch with the abducting alien, who happens to be Lada Iwi Bip. Now Judy has had a long-standing wish to toadify a sim, and she's thinking this alien might be the perfect dupe. So she calls the alien over to her, and she decides that maybe they should get to know each other and have a little conversation first. Now Lada is a little nervous about approaching this witch that she's just abducted and returned safely home. However, she takes a chance and she wanders over carefully to chat with Judy, who's got toadification on her mind. Let's hope when she tries to toadify Lada that the curse doesn't rebound and Judy could toadify herself by accident. Let's see what happens. She only has to toadify a sim. Any sim would do. I suppose she'd have her wish granted if she toadified herself by accident. Let's find out. Lada takes a step away from Judy to allow the curse to be placed upon her. Not quite sure how Judy managed to convince her to do this, of course. Here it goes. Lada is the one who got toadified, so Judy's curse succeeded. Poor Lada. I bet she's wishing she hadn't abducted Judy now. While she stands there and thinks about what to do about the situation, Judy decides it might be a good idea to have a little more of a chat. At this point, she has no intention of curing Lada, because it could be fun having an alien running around town, a toadified alien at that. However, after having a little chat, Judy relents, and she decides to cast a sunlight charm, which should remove the curse from Lada if it doesn't rebound and do something to Judy instead. What would a sunlight charm that doesn't work out as it planned, what would it do to poor Judy, I wonder? Here goes, let's find out. Oops, it did rebound, and Lada's still a toad, and Judy is, well, charmed. Wonder if her cat, here comes, I should say. Kitty Cat is coming into the scene. And Lada's going to try for another sunlight charm, and this time it works, and Lada is cured. She's no longer toadified. That was fortunate. She'll glow for a while as a result of having the sunlight charm cast upon her. Uh-oh. Now, you see, Judy has a special relationship with Kitty Cat. They both are enemies. They have this dagger against their various icons in the relationship panels. When Judy gets her feet shredded by the cat, which happens quite often, she gets an amulet called Shredded Dignity. Nothing says I'm out to get you, quite like a cat shredding your feet from Cat Attack, -20 moodlet. So meet Kitty Cat. He is an elder with no traits. Having Kitty Cat around gives Judy, who is a witch, the permanent moodlet of a +10 animal familiar, where witches can have unique connections to animals. These pets become familiars, and some say can help their masters cast more powerful spells. I'm wondering if the familiar, who is an enemy, will help or hinder with Judy's spell casting abilities. So he's a meeting with Kitty Cat. You haven't actually seen much of Kitty Cat. We added him to the game a few episodes ago when he came to the lot as a stray. Now I've sent Hayley off to dive at Mermaid's Grotto. Her diving skill's high enough now, and it's time she found that extra hidden island. She's been working up her relationship with Mia Azul, the mermaid, in the hope that Mia might turn up and show her to the island. I'm not quite sure what's going to happen. There's a shark wandering around there that's always dangerous. Now, I had a bit of an accident. At this point, Hayley spotted a mermaid, Salty. And I did manage to get a single screenshot of Hayley and Salty together when they first met. And it was when Salty got his scales. Unfortunately, that's all we're going to see of their first meeting, because I had, at this point, just upgraded my OBS software, which I use to record the videos. And some of the settings were changed, and other settings that didn't change actually prevented the video from recording. So all of their conversation where they were chatting together and getting to know each other was recorded by me, and nothing happened with the actual recording. In other words, it didn't happen. I did go back and try replaying all day one day to try to get the meeting again, but Salty has never reappeared for me. So we're just going to have to imagine that while we're watching Hayley swim around in Mermaid's Grotto, that she's actually there chatting to Salty and getting to know him. She took him home, and then they stood in the kitchen for several hours, almost all night actually, chatting and flirting and kissing, and they ended up being romantic interests. Now, Salty is an evil sim, and he wants to see the ghost of his wealthy spouse. And Hayley is a very wealthy sim, and she's not married. And I think that is why Salty is so keen to make a friendship with her and to woo her. I think he's hoping that he can marry her and see her ghost. We'll have to wait and see what happens. We're about to see them where they've been diving and they've been tossed to the beach, and they've just had a little conversation that ended in a small argument, and they're no longer romantic interests, but they are friends still. And Hayley's working on Salty here. She wants him, he was going to run off and see you later. But she thought, oh, no, I just like this guy and he might show me the island. So they discuss recipes and food. And then they decide to go diving. Now I've got a mod in my game that allows mermaids. Look at that. He's thinking of kissing her. This mod allows mermaids to travel in boats, and sometimes it works and sometimes it has some interesting consequences. At this stage it works, and this will be the first time I've seen Salty with his tail in this game. By this point I had actually discovered the issue with the recording software and got it fixed. So here they are, and there's Salty's first view of Salty's tail. And they swim around here for quite some time. They're at a group here. They've gone off together to go diving. I actually like seeing Salty's tail. It's, especially from behind, it seems to glitter. They spend quite a bit of time, so enjoy the diving. It's just Salty and Hayley chatting together and building trust and friendship and a relationship. And all the time he's hoping that maybe she'll marry him and he'll see her ghost. And she's hoping maybe he'll befriend her and show her that secret island. I wonder who's going to get their wish come true. Or will they both get their wishes come true? Because they're not mutually exclusive. Both can happen. We'll just have to wait and watch and see how they go. It's a bit dark there. I think it's in the middle of the night, actually, at this point. They're heading off somewhere now. But mermaids often do this when they've got a sim that they're chatting to underwater. They'll suddenly swim off some other place, and the sim has to follow them. It's really interesting how that happens. You get to see a bit of more scenery of the underwater world when the mermaid keeps on swimming off somewhere and the other sim follows. It takes quite a long time. I'm hoping you're enjoying the diving. But it does take a while for them to actually decide to do anything. Nothing ever happens in a hurry in this game. But they're building their friendship, getting to know each other. He's trying to make sure she trusts him, and she's trying to make sure he trusts her. Because they both want something from the other one. Off they go. Wonder where they're off to. Up to the surface. I think that somebody is going to get their wish granted here. Let's see which one it is. And Salty hops into the boat. Now this particular boat trip has an interesting repercussion. It took me a while to work out what was going on. Here, as you see, they've arrived at an island. It's not a hidden island. They've just arrived at a beach and they've jumped out of the boat. And then Hayley gets back into the boat. And then Salty gets into a different boat and he heads off somewhere on his own and leaves her there by herself. They're not very far from Mermaid Grotto and there's no hidden islands close by. They've just gone to that nearby island together and now he's gone off in a boat on his own while she sits there in the boat and waits. And I'm wondering at this point, what is going on here? Maybe I should just, leave them to it. Go play in the house or something and see what's going on back at home. But I think I'll just be patient and I'll wait a little bit longer and just see if something happens. Now apparently Salty has taken a boat all the way back to the dive spot. And now he, being a mermaid, is swimming from the dive spot to meet up with Hayley. Now, they were both together on the beach. But I don't know why he had to take a boat back to where they'd boated from so he could swim. And look, there's fog. They're at a hidden island. Hopefully we'll see it soon. It's being gradually revealed. I thought I'd let you watch the whole reveal. Seems to be taking forever though. Go down there and see what's going on. There's something happening there. They're both on the island. That's for sure. They're both there. It's revealing. We're seeing the fog lifting slowly, slowly. Very slowly. So this is Mermaid's secret, this island. This is the 6th island that they've discovered so far. There's only 2 left to find after this one. And there's a lot of work still to be done to discover the final 2 islands. But as the fog gradually lifts, we'll see that there's Salty and Hayley standing on the island together, just waiting. And Salty's having thoughts, evil thoughts. Salty's thinking of his lifetime wish where he wants to see the ghost of his wealthy spouse. And then he thinks about giving her a bunch of flowers. But he doesn't. He just runs off. Don't know where he vanishes to, but he leaves her standing there all by herself. I guess it's raining and he's tired. I don't know what she's thinking. Maybe she's just thinking of Salty. He has given her the island that she wanted. There he goes. I suppose all she can do now is just go home. Maybe they'll get together and get married and build themselves a home on this island. We'll wait and see. But that's the big reveal of Mermaid's Secret Island. And now Hayley's going to go home too, because Salty's gone to wherever Salty goes when he goes. And we won't see any more of Salty in this episode, but we will see him again in the future episodes. Back at home, Hayley has something to eat and then she sits and reads a book. The rest of the household is in the kitchen. It seems to be that tiny little room seems to be where they all want to gather all of the time. It is actually seems to be the room that they have to go into to go home. And Stella Dog's in there with them. And Hayley's heading off again for another dive. She really does enjoy diving. Maybe she's hoping to meet up with that Salty again. It was a romantic little episode that she had with him earlier. So here she is heading off, hoping she'll find Salty at the dive spot. She could have just signalled him, of course, but she didn't think of that. Down she goes, back at Mermaid Grotto. This is her favourite dive spot now. This is where she met Salty. Down she goes, swimming in Mermaid Grotto. Will she come up against another mermaid while she's down here? Will she just have to catch some fish? There's plenty of fish around, she can catch them. There she is, she's found an eel to catch. 150 points, that must have been something she'd been wishing for. Is she going to find a mermaid? There's something over there. I'm not sure. It's Triton King. He's got bare legs. Let's give him some scales. Use Master Controller to do that, but I've cut the bit out because it takes quite a while. You don't really want to see all of that all the time. So he'll have to go back out of the water and come back in again for his tail to appear. But he's got his scales. He's been transformed. He's got his scales now. And she's met up with him. They just have a little chat. Nothing much happens here. She's a girl for the mermaids. It's the third one she's met now. I think this Maya Ocean is still to be met, but we haven't seen her yet. I'm not even sure if we're going to see her. But she's getting to know Triton King. Lots of chatting, exchanging information. And then he vanishes. I think he wasn't very interested. And she goes home. And she comes back, and another day here she is diving again. Will she find another mermaid or not? See, she can't go diving again until she has the 2 hours to revive from the dive. There's a few sharks around here. Let's hope she doesn't get into a fight. But if she gets into a shark fight, we'll have to take her up to the surface so she doesn't get attacked again. Because it looks to me she gets this really terrible moodlet. Uh-oh, start shark fight. Yeah, when they have a fight, they get this really shark-bitten moodlet. And I think that if she has another fight while she's still got that moodlet, she'll probably die. So let's hope she survives this one. Salty mightn't get to see this ghost of his wealthy spouse if she dies in this shark fight. So it's really up there. She survived. Let's get her home, because Salty will have no chance of seeing a ghost of his wealthy spouse if he hasn't married her by the time she dies. Let's hope she doesn't die. The shark's coming back. Better go home quickly, up to the surface. She's got the cue to go up. It looks like she's going up. Here it is. She's heading up. She's got up there. She's not out of danger yet, though, because there's surface sharks that can still get her. And here we go, and it's another day and another dive. She does a lot of diving. Moodlet's gone, and there's Mia. She's met with Mia Azul. With her proper tail. She looks much better when she's got the tail that comes from Master Controller, which is the tail she should have by default, but from the game. She was pretty ugly in the earlier episodes when I had her with the tail I'd given her in Creative Sim. Hayley and Mia swim around together and chat for quite a while. Now, they were best friends. I'm not too sure if they're still best friends or not. They don't retain their friendship if they don't spend time together. And here's the chance for Hayley to spend some time with Mia Azul. And the sharks again. Mia just keeps swimming around to different places, and Hayley's got to keep chasing after her to be able to keep chatting with her. They seem to be getting along quite well together. The shark isn't getting too close. At least Hayley's recovered from the last shark attack, and she doesn't have that moodlet anymore. So hopefully she should survive if she gets attacked again. The shark's pretty persistent, isn't it? I think it's about time we sent Hayley home. But they're nice shots of Mia with her colourful red hair and purple tail. Just a little bit more diving time with Mia. It's nearly time for Hayley to go home. The friendship bar seems to be going up, doesn't it? Above Hayley's head. Maybe it's the charisma. I'm not too sure what she's gaining there. She could be just being her diving skill that she's gaining. Because she's still only a level 7 diver. That's it. Now we're back home. Stella Dog's getting a belly rub from Josephine Genie, while Diana Martin is watching along with Muriel Watson, or Western, I think her name is, where Hayley goes and has a talk. She's still in the swimming tog. She's just got back from swimming, from diving. This is coming close to the end of the video now. Looks like Muriel wants to discuss recipes, fish recipes. Hayley's been bringing home lots of fish, lots of fresh fish from diving. Wonder if they're better than the fish that come out of the wishing well. You could think of the wishing well as fish farms and the ocean as wild fish catching. I wonder what Stella had that brief thought about a tombstone. Josephine's a hot-headed genie, and she has a lot of enemies in this household, but she seems to be getting along quite well with Jeannie. It's all those autumn gnomes, cackling knackerbells lying around the pumpkin. Stella Dog's tired. She wants to go to sleep, but she's only got one bed in the game at the moment, and that is the doghouse. And she can't go in there because there's a cat sleeping in it. And I'd be careful of that cat if I were you, Stella Dog. She shreds feet. That's another one of the gnomes. Dingabob, whatever. Gnomes like being on tables. There's actually a table that you can make, that Sims can make in with the sculpting set. And 2 gnomes can fit on it. And they get into all sorts of interesting poses, but we haven't got that table in this game. So they just get 1 gnome in the middle of the dining tables. It's Craig outside with the Cackler Neckerbell gnomes and the invention gnome there beside the steps, while Stella Dog just watches the cat sleeping in her doghouse. That would be why Stella Dog keeps sleeping on the furniture down the basement, because if that cat's occupying the doghouse all the time, I think I'll have to get a new doghouse and have 2 of them. A cat can't occupy both of the doghouses. I mean, like, the cat has got plenty of cat beds, but I suppose the only bed it wants is the one that it can remove from use by the dog, who's only got 1 place to sleep. So my solution, I think, will be to give them 2 doghouses. Hello, one of those gnomes has changed position. It's not sleeping anymore, it's standing up, having a bit of a flight. Now, I've noticed Craig is a bit of a ladies' man. He's been chatting up all the girls in the household. And Meryl is an evil sim. She's just like Salty. She wants to see the ghost of her wealthy spouse. So she's trying to get friendly with Craig herself. So I'm wondering if those 2 actually pair up and get married. What will she do to make him be a ghost? I don't think they're actually romantic interests yet. I don't even know if they're friends. They might be. So we've got 2 relationships going, at least now, who can be where an evil sim wants to see the ghost of their wealthy spouse. And that's the end of the video. So I hope you've enjoyed it. And Carrot signing off. Bye-bye for now.